Hokey binoculars and hut contracts are nothing compared to a blaster at your side. Which is good because this new hut contract features a blaster. In fact, it's actually a charge card, but a blaster in of itself. It is an actual weapon. What's up, YouTube family? We're streaming some more Star Wars Battlefront, and we've got a lot of news. Nobody told me it was Christmas, but here we are with Skirmish, a brand new game mode that allows you to play Walker Assault and Fighter Squadron offline, and it's really sweet. If you guys want to check out more details on Skirmish, we have a video on our channel about that, but this live stream is not going to be about Skirmish. As good as it is, this live stream is about a brand new weapon that's coming to us via hut contracts. And this is a free weapon, so anybody that owns Star Wars Battlefront can check this thing out. It's called the Stinger Pistol, and the contract is called Pistolier. This is really interesting, actually. We haven't gotten a charge card before that was a weapon in of itself. We've gotten charge cards that affected your weapons, for instance, explosive shot, or focus fire, or cooldown, or ion shot, but this is an actual pistol, and it's different than most blasters we have in Battlefront right now. It has low speed, no heat buildup, it fires weaker blaster bolts which inflict excruciating pain for a brief period of time. And it costs about 3,500 credits to actually unlock that. If you want to take up that contract, let's go with Blast. This will be a really good one. I actually got to 35% completion on this hut contract in a single match. And I think that I hadn't joined that match since the beginning. I think I joined it almost midway, so this is really an easy contract if you guys want to go pick this one up. I haven't used the Stinger Pistol myself, but I like the sound of it. It doesn't overheat, it's immune to disruption, which is spectacular, and it delivers lasting damage over time to enemies. So if enemies want to escape this, they need a back-to-bomb or a stim pack. Apparently the developers suggest using the Stinger Pistol to hit as many enemies as possible because the Stinger damage doesn't stack multiple times on the same soldier, so there's really no reason to shoot the same guy twice. I like that. That's really interesting layers that they're adding to some of these guns. It looks as if the developers of Battlefront are getting a little clever with some of these star cards and charge cards and blasters. They're not just doing the same old thing with a new coat of paint, and I gotta respect them for that. I'm really excited to see what kind of weapons we're gonna be seeing in the next Battlefront. The Battlefront that's gonna be about the sequel trilogy. That's 30 years into the future, roughly 31 years after the events of the Battle of Jakku, or maybe it was the Battle of Endor. Regardless, if you guys want this Stinger Pistol, the best thing to do is to outload your loadout with a DL-18 and a scout pistol. You need about 25 kills with the DL-18 and 15 kills with the scout pistol, and you're gonna get that in no time. No time at all. Alright! Let's take these guys down. Play Skirmish, Massive, please! Alright, you know what? We're gonna play some Skirmish. We also have a video on Skirmish if you guys want some of those in-depth details. I did a complete breakdown of the game mode. But yeah, alright. We'll play some Skirmish in this live stream. I'm thinking if we should. Come on! Come on! Oh, he's going down to the surface, is he? I'm thinking if we should play Fighter Squadron or Walker Assault Skirmish. Both of them are awesome.
Continue your advance.
If you guys have been following this channel for a while, oh, Jesus Christ! I thought that was a thermal imploder. Anyway, if you guys have been part of our fam for a while, you probably know my thoughts on offline Battlefront. I wasn't sure about it. In fact, I didn't really see the point of it, but I am converted. I am sorry for my doubts because it really is, it's something special. And it's exactly what Battlefront needed. In my opinion, this is actually one of the best additions to Star Wars Battlefront ever. Obviously, I'm excluding the Death Star DLC because that is... ah, crap. That is a whole nother monster. Enemy down. I really wish we could have utilized the scout pistol to take her down, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, that's just great. We joined this match as soon as it ended. At least we got 4 more kills towards our Hutt contract. It's the only saving grace here. Alright, looks like we're doing, well, I don't know, we got a couple of votes for Fighter Squadron, and we got a couple of votes for Walker Assault. I can't tell which we have more of. We'll think about it. You know what, we'll cast votes on Fighter Squadron or Walker Assault when the time comes for the skirmish match. Of course I'm playing Battlefield 1. People asking if I'm going to be playing Battlefield 1. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Get out of here with those questions. Yo, I've been playing Battlefield games since the very first. I've played every Battlefield game and every single Battlefield expansion pack, except for 1 or 2 Battlefield 3 expansion packs. I did miss a few there, but you better believe that I was there for each and every Operations expansion pack for Battlefield 2. And I'm going to be there for Battlefield 1 Day 1. I hope you guys are going to be there as well, because it's one of the most exciting games, in my opinion, that's on the horizon for us. Obviously, we do have a lot of badass games on the horizon. We've got No Man's Sky. That new Forza game looks pretty sweet. We've got Mass Effect Andromeda, of course. That Visceral Entertainment Star Wars game. We've got some VR games. We've got the next Battlefront. We got a lot of games, but Battlefield 1 is definitely one of the cooler ones that I am super pumped about, and yeah, we're going to be streaming Battlefield 1 Day 1. I hope you guys are there for me, experiencing that with us. And Battlefield 1 is going to be one of those titles that we're going to have subscriber war games. Unfortunately, Battlefront didn't really yield itself to subscriber war games. And I'm going to date myself here, but if you guys were here for the Battlefield 4 days, when we played Battlefield 4 almost daily on this channel, you'll probably remember that we would rent servers every other week, sometimes every week, and we'd fill up that entire server with our YouTube subscribers and family members, and we would just duke it out for hours, fighting against each other. It was great. I loved it. Unfortunately, again, Battlefront doesn't have a server browser, so that's a lot more difficult to do here, but we're definitely bringing that back for Battlefield 1. Oh, great. Well, we got a lot of baddies on that bridge. I mean, technically we're the baddies, but that's neither here nor there. Enemy down. I'm gonna take out my scout pistol, see if I can snipe some of these guys. Oh, hello there. Nice. Didn't get any points for that, unfortunately. Hey, I think I see the rebel scum now. Yep, definitely. Definitely. Oh God. Damn! I played a little too careful. What are you playing on, Massive? We are currently playing Sabotage. We were starting out with some Blast, but we joined that match of Blast at the very end, so didn't even have a chance. Right now, we're trying to get this Jabba the Hutt contract cleared out. And this is actually going to be a really, really easy contract. I'm loving it. Luckily, this contract entails gear that I normally use. A lot of Hutt contracts like to use gear that you normally don't use. Like the CA-87. There was a Hutt contract for the CA-87 around the release of the Outer Rim. And I was dreading that. Let me tell you, I was not looking forward to that Hutt contract because I normally... Crap, that's Luke Skywalker! Ah, damn it. And I was killed by one of his rebel guards. Anyway, I normally didn't use the CA-87, but I was like, you know what? I want this scatter gun. I have no choice. I gotta do this contract. And I ended up loving it. Oh, Jesus, no! Oh, come on, Luke! He's not giving us a chance. You know what? I'm gonna spawn back at base. I don't trust spawning on my teammates anymore. Yeah. There's my dead body. You know, I'm just gonna go this way. Anyway, I ended up loving the CA-87, but I already love the DL-18. I already love the scout pistol. So this whole thing is just gonna be a cakewalk. Nice trip down memory lane. Anybody up here? Looking clear so far. Whoa, 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 whoa! Unfortunately, the rebellion has destroyed 2 of our generators. Yeah. I'm seeing some presence on my scanners. Ah, crap, they're behind me. I was convinced that they're below me. I knew one person was down that hallway shooting at me. I did not expect that. Way to keep on our toes. By the way, guys, if you're seeing a bit of lag in the video, it's not the stream. You don't have to worry about that. You're not lagging. Your stream is fine. If you see any lag, it's actually my capture card. I don't know if you guys were here for all this, but there was a bit of an apocalypse going on in terms of my internet service provider not giving me what I was paying for in terms of my internet speed, and a whole bunch of things got messed up, including the installation of my operating system. So I had to install a new operating system on a separate hard drive. None of my settings carried over. I tried to replicate my settings as accurately as I could, but something got lost in translation, and basically my capture card is not working properly as a result of that. So if you see any lag, it's on my end. It doesn't happen very often, at least where it's perceptible for you guys. But, yeah. I am getting a bit of lag on my capture card. What? Oh, come on. I did not even see that thermal detonator. And I'm spawning back at base because I don't trust like that. Alright, seriously though, we gotta be super You know what, let's just hang back. Just hang back, snipe some of these guys out. This DL-18 is actually great at range. It doesn't do great damage, but it's very accurate. It's a very low spread. I see you
They are
guys.
getting away. Stop them.
That shot up there was shot by someone in this hallway. Yep. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. Beautiful. Maybe now we can start to make things right. Well, actually, we're too late. They just destroyed the final generator. Now that the Tabana gas generators are destroyed, we have nothing powering the AA cannons outside, which means the rebellion fleet is free to utilize an extraction. We have but one remaining opportunity to stop this madness, and that is, of course, to stop this extraction from happening. We have to get to the final platform before they do. In fact, I actually think they're already over there. Alright, we have to get to the final platform and stop them from securing the coordinates for their ship. And then, maybe we'll have victory. They're actually being pretty smart about covering their butts. Whoa! They got a lot of thermal detonators coming in, and a lot of Dioxis gas as well. That Dioxis poison gas is going to act as a wall, keeping us from going wherever we need to go. Alright, I think they're kind of crap. I think they're going to come around on this side. Yep, there they are. Come on. The rebel scum aren't throwing themselves. I don't like this. They've got a limitless supply of grenades. This is insane. Alright. I think oh, no. That guy already took my idea. I was going to place one of those turrets down. Now I don't have to. This is not good, actually. If we can't find a way to get out of this doorway, we're going to lose this match fast. We have 3 minutes to get out of this doorway. Technically less than that. If we take 3 minutes, we're going to lose because we can't capture that, what, oh my god, 5 seconds? Yeah, we wouldn't be able to capture that in 5 seconds. Honestly, realistically, we need to get out of this doorway in the next minute. If we don't get out in the next minute, it's not looking good. Yeah, there's no chance in hell I'm going to be able to take that E-Web down. Maybe if I had a pulse cannon, but I don't have a pulse cannon. Maybe one of my teammates has one. This is not good. Maybe Boba Fett could utilize his jetpack to get in there and wrestle stuff up. Although, this bridge is clear. Nice. Looks like Dengar is actually weakening the defenses. Let's get up there. There's nothing for us in this lower strut. Oh, crap. At least we have one of our own. Alright, as soon as they open that door again, we're free to fire. You know what? We should start firing upon that turret. Making good time is just as important as getting kills. It really is. Looks like this guy over here on this landing platform is committing suicide? What? I was not expecting that. I was expecting him to take out a cycler rifle or a pulse cannon. Just start sniping our butts. That was actually pretty weird to see. Thermal detonator out. Oh, we're taking too much damage. Nice double kill. Ooh, that's not good. They're getting ballsy. Yeah, they're getting real ballsy now. Oh, damn, they got back to bombs. Thermal detonator out. They also have 9-Nev up there. We gotta be careful about that. They're probably gonna come up behind us. We really should be watching all doors. You know what? Let's do it. Ah, crap, that could also be a mistake. I'm considering going around to the back door, the back entrance. But since we probably don't have any friendlies back there, I'm sure they're using that as their last resort. If they need to back on out of here, that's their only chance. Grenade out. Come on, baby, come on. No dice. Didn't even damage this turret. Oh, that is not good. I've noticed that when I'm trying to tuck and roll away from some of these thermal detonators, I actually like freeze in place as I'm doing that sideways roll. I'm not sure what that's about. I'm guessing it's just a weird glitch, but it definitely lessens the effectiveness of being able to roll sideways. Being able to roll away from explosions is huge. Another enemy down. Unfortunately, I'm almost down as well. Thermal detonator's back online, and that is defeat. Time really flies when you're not pushing the objective as hard as you should. That's unfortunate. Let's see what happens next time around. Massive, how do you get the pistol? It's actually one of the simple cut contracts, one of the easy ones. You need 25 kills with the DL-18, which is not bad. It's not difficult at all. That's a really fun, easy pistol to use. And you also need 15 kills with the scout pistol star card. That's a little more difficult, a little more challenging. You need to be at the right distance to be able to use that effectively, especially if you want to kill. If you're at medium distance, you're not going to get a kill. Maybe if it's a headshot, most likely you're just going to take down 90% of their health, and it's not going to count as a scout pistol kill. Instead, you need to be at very, very close range. And usually you don't even need to aim down the sights, just hip fire it. Use the force, Luke. Hip fire that baby on blast maps or any map in the Outer Rim, and you'll be good to go. Alright, warm-up is done, let's do this. Let's see, what do we have? 26 and 14 scan pulse, that's not too bad. Considering switching out the Berserker tray for something else, but we're going to stick with what we have. Alright, let's move in. Sabotage, Administrator's Palace. If we play our cards right, we should be able to unlock this Hutt contract within this match. We should be able to anyway. So we've got the DL-18 equipped and the scout pistol in our primary hand. Perfect, looks like we're ready to go. So once again, we need 25 kills for this DL-18 and 15 kills for the scout pistol. Let's get this done. Now this is not exactly a close quarters combat map, but that's alright. I love the Administrator's Palace map. It's a fantastic map, and I really like the game mode Sabotage. It's great. Explosives are down. Got a lot of stormtroopers up here. Let's be cautious about our approach. Oh, cool, we got some rebellion soldiers as well. Wasn't expecting that. What is this gonna be? Will this be something good? Proximity bomb, not bad. Alright, I'm gonna sneak up behind these guys. We got a lot of rebellion forces just going straight in from the right. Let's go in from the left.
Timer is online. Keep it that way.
Enemies ahead.
Damn, that was close. 1% health. Oh my goodness. We really should have utilized our stim card. Just as soon as that happened, just popping that stim card. It's actually not a bad idea if you're playing on a computer to have your charge card hotkeyed to one of the buttons on your mouse if you have any spare buttons on your mouse. Super clutch. Or, you know, hotkey whatever key your back to bomb is on. Awesome, that shock trooper is now down.
Stormtrooper sighted. Good work.
I don't see anybody else in here.
Imperials out of our way.
What? Oh, beautiful. They're actually hiding inside of these things. Any more of them? No, it doesn't look like it. Wait, this guy thinks he saw one. I don't see anybody. But I do see a hero pickup. Oh my god, I see two. One of them was just claimed. I'm gonna see if I can get the other one. Ah, I think I just missed it. Get down there, come on. Yeah, I missed it. Damn, that's unfortunate. Luckily, you can now play modes like Walker Assault offline, so if you guys haven't memorized the maps and while the hero pickups are supposed to spawn on the maps, you can still play as the heroes however often you like in Walker Assault.
Stormtroopers nearby.
Which is pretty cool, actually. Now, if you really do just... Oh, crap. If you really do just want to play heroes a lot, you would be better off just learning where they spawn on the map. But, I don't know, I feel kind of cheap when I do that. It's not cheating, I guess. It's just memorization, but... I don't know, if it comes to me, if it's in front of me, I'll take it. If it's not, I'm not gonna go searching for it. Unless it's Fighter Squadron. That's definitely easy enough to search for the hero pickup while it's still helping your team out. Since the maps are more easily accessible, considering that, oh my god, I wish I had a jump pack. Oh, enjoy it, man. Do well for the rebellion. I wonder who he's gonna pick. I think we already have Lando. Yep, we already have Lando, and we have 9-nub. I think he just spawned his 9-nub.
Those generators must be destroyed.
Alright, generator A has been destroyed, but B and C are still intact. We have a little bit of time, but honestly, we really shouldn't view it that way. That's a bad way to view things. Go ahead and pick up this pickup real quick. Nice. But yeah, that's a soon-to-be defeat mentality. Instead, let's be proactive about this scenario. Let's go after Objective C, since we already have Luke Skywalker and Lando Calrissian heading after that objective. That is badass. Sabotage really is a big heroes versus villains with objectives, and I love it.
The objective has been armed.
I keep thinking to myself about how heroes versus villains used to be my favorite game mode of all time in Star Wars Battlefront, and I thought it would remain that way. But it did. Oh crap, I hate when that happens. That's the one disadvantage of third person, that right there. Anyway, yeah, I thought that would be my favorite game mode of all time, and it turns out it's still one of my favorite game modes, yes. But Sabotage is so cool, and Extraction was way better than I thought it would be. I mean, I thought it would be awesome, true, but it exceeded any and all expectations that I had, and I was very pleasantly surprised by it. It was nice, and I'm hoping the same thing happens with the Death Star DLC. That would be really cool to see. Damn. Scout pistols are... Oh, that's what was happening. The Deoxys grenade was behind me. I thought that was a friendly for whatever reason. Oh, there were two Deoxys grenades, and both of them were hostile. There was one at the base of the stairs and one up the stairs. That's unfortunate. Area awareness, or lack thereof rather, will get you killed. Make sure you're aware of everything going on around you. Kind of like what actors do, you know, actors like to know not only their lines, but their cohorts' lines. Whoever they're acting with in the scene, they like to know everybody's lines. Same on stage, really. Same anywhere. You gotta know what your enemy's doing, and what you're doing, and what your teammate's doing. Always. Yeah, I really should wear headsets, and I appreciate you guys inquiring about that and stuff. Definitely wear headsets if you guys have it. Headsets make a huge difference in how well you're able to do in a multiplayer game, especially if it's something like Rainbow Six Siege. But unfortunately, oh my god, look at you little snakes. Unfortunately for me, headshots give me a migraine, they give me a really bad headache. I got a big head, I'm about 6'5", 6'6", and they're just too small. They clamped onto my ears. I do have one headset that doesn't really give me a headache. It's a Steel Series. Steel Series actually sent me this headset, and I was really on the fence about it. I was like, I don't know if I want this. I appreciate the thought, guys, but you know what? Send it to me. I'll check it out. And it's the first headset that I've gotten that it takes a while for my ears to start hurting, but they still hurt to the point where it's not really worth it for me to wear them. I mean, I can do just fine listening to where the enemies are in multiplayer games, as long as I'm not doing a live stream and talking constantly, but I would recommend wearing headsets. I wish I could. Unfortunately, I just can't. Ooh, they were really close. But yeah, headsets, huge. I cannot overstate that enough. Or I cannot overstate it, period. Because it cannot be exaggerated. It's just simply the truth. A lot of people forget about that. A lot of people are focused primarily on the visuals of what's happening in front of them in these multiplayer matches. But really, that's short-sighted. You shouldn't trust your eyes, you should trust your ears. Hoping I find a hero pickup around here somewhere. It's very, very doubtful that I will. But they seem to spawn at the back of the Minister's Palace. Sometimes you get a few in these hallways or whatever, but the back is definitely where it's happening. Okay, looks like they're getting a little closer. We have under 2 minutes to get Objective B under our dominion. This is going to be a challenge. You know what? If we could just... I don't think that's going to happen, actually. Oh, crap. They got a poison gas grenade up there. If we could just gun it, just blitzkrieg straight toward that door like that guy's doing. Is he surviving? He is actually surviving. Fantastic. All right, I popped an adrenaline stim star card. I'm going to make my way around this administrator's building right here, whatever this thing is. The Tabana gas generator room, and I am not going to sprint any of the way there, because if I sprint, they're going to see me on their radar. We don't want that. That's going to lead us into an early grave. Beautiful. That's one down. All right. Generator's been armed. They're coming around this side. Let's make sure that they're not. Yeah, I see one. Shock Trooper. Shock Trooper is down. And I've got my scout pistol ready again. Sweet. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Keep forgetting about the roof. Damn, we have 43, 42, 41 seconds. Tabana gas generator B is not any closer to being destroyed. Looks like my teammates are going for one final push. We still have Lando Calrissian as a hero, but he is extremely close to death. Yeah, this is not looking good. I should have... Whoa, that was unexpected. I really should have defended Tabana gas generator B's charge more readily than I did. But I was afraid that I would die, and I probably would have died without being able to save it. But I died anyway, so it's really a moot point. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Thank you for the thought. I appreciate that back to bomb, even though it's far too late for me to actually make use of it. And that's defeat for the Rebel Alliance. We fought hard, but not hard enough. Still, it was a fun match. And we got a little closer to completion on our Hutt contract. Definitely need to start using that scout pistol more. I have a feeling that we, by far, have a lead on the DL-18 being completed, rather than the scout pistol being completed. I don't know, we got like 3 scout pistol kills in this match, I think? Maybe 4. Let's see. EMP, Medic 2, come on. Pistolier, nice, 75% done. We are done with the DL-18. We no longer need to use that short-range weapon on these long-range to mid-range Bespin maps. Instead, we can just focus on utilizing the scout pistol in close-quarters combat scenarios. Hopefully the next match is Blast. In fact, I'm just going to leave this match, just in case the next match is Walker Assault. I'm going to move on to Blast, hopefully getting one of these CQC matches that we can use the scout pistol 24/7 in. What new gun is this, Massive? This new gun is called the Stinger Pistol. It's an interesting concept. This is the first charge card that we're getting that's an actual weapon. It doesn't affect your weapon. It's a weapon in of itself. And the Stinger Pistol basically deals excruciating damage to enemies over time. It can't overheat, and it has a very, very low spread, so it's accurate. You can fire without worry of overheating. The blaster bolts are weaker, yes. And the damage can't stop. Well, no, it absolutely cannot stack. There's no way it can stack. I was thinking, maybe if you shoot someone, they use stim card, and then you shoot them again, it would work. But that wouldn't work, because adrenaline stim cards actually make them immune to the Stinger pistol. And back-to-bombs also negate the Stinger pistol, basically. Regardless, the Stinger pistol deals excruciating damage to an enemy over a brief period of time, and it can't overheat. It has very, very low weapon spread, and the damage doesn't stack. So basically, you just want to use that Stinger pistol against as many individual enemies as you possibly can, and that's the best way to make use of this very unique charge card. But it is free. It is completely free, so if you guys have an extra 3.5 thousand credits, buy this contract and get this pistol. It's a really easy contract to complete. You only need the DL-18 and the scout pistol, and that's it. You don't have anything weird like... trying to think of something that'd be really weird. Ooh. Ooh. The DLTX, or whatever that one-shot primary weapon sniper rifle is. It's not a star card, it's actually a primary, and that would be hell. If you had to get 30 kills with that thing, oh my god, I'd never complete that contract. I don't like that gun. DL-18, however, I don't know anybody that doesn't like it. Or at least I don't know anybody that can't make good use of it, you know? It may not be everybody's favorite, but it's still a damn fine gun on its own. People are talking about the Death Star heroes. Yeah, I can understand you guys' confusion. A lot of you guys are confused about how we got Nanda before Chewbacca, but I've got a little bit of a theory on that. So we've got 4 films in the Star Wars universe that are set in the original trilogy. And in order of release date, we have A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and Rogue One. Obviously that's not chronological order, that's just in order of release date. But we got The Outer Rim first, which really encompasses a lot of the locations and stuff in A New Hope. And I just dashed my own theory because I remembered Return of the Jedi is huge in the Outer Rim DLC. But still, rough. Oh, crap. No, the theory's out the window because the Death Star 2 is not in the Death Star DLC. I don't know what I was thinking. We only have the Death Star 1 in the Death Star DLC for Star Wars Battlefront. I was going to say, it kind of matches the release of the films, you know, in New Hope. A lot of Tatooine stuff. And then in Empire, obviously you have Bespin, and then Death Star in Return of the Jedi. And although the Death Star in Return of the Jedi was a huge focus of the movie, it's not that Death Star. It is A New Hope Death Star that we're going to be seeing. Oh crap, forgot to switch out my weapon. And then of course, you know, the latest film to be released in the original trilogy is Rogue One, which is going to be the 4th DLC for Star Wars Battlefront. That theory is full of more holes than the Jar Jar Binks is a Master Sith theory. As much as I love that theory. But, yeah, if the Death Star DLC was the first DLC that we got, then Chewbacca would have been the first DLC hero. It's just how we happen to get the order of releases, honestly. That's all it is. Although, I am definitely burned up about Bosk and Chewbacca not being free heroes. Because, in all honesty, they should have been free heroes, and we should have gotten Ben Kenobi. Oh my god! I got away with it! I got gangbanged by 3 stormtroopers in the room. Anyway, oh Jesus. Yeah, Bosk should have been a free hero along with Chewbacca, and Ben Kenobi, maybe Grand Moff Tarkin or IG-88 should have been the Death Star heroes. Honestly, IG-88... Damn, that was good. IG-88 would have been a really clever hero for the Death Star DLC. And the reason I say that is because in the expanded universe, IG-88 was actually orchestrating this entire alien... Not alien, really, but... robot uprising. Okay? And... damn! We gotta stay behind cover. I didn't have time to toss my thermal detonator. Alright, seriously though, let's focus on this. Alright, let me finish this chain of thought so I can focus on the game. IG-88 was trying to start this entire robot uprising thing, and in order to do it, he needed to take control of the Death Star. There was some routine maintenance being done in the Death Star. He put himself, or uploaded himself, his consciousness into this computer chip type thing. And once he was on the Death Star, once he was inserted into it, he started to take control of it. Back in action. Alright, let's not get cocky. We're getting ready to rock and roll again, but that doesn't mean we should get overconfident. We can still lose this thing. Now, the enemy is getting a little fancy on us. They're using their disruptor charge cards, freezing our weapons. They're using fancy new guns, the EE4. A few of them are using heavy LMGs like yours truly. I'm utilizing this beautiful DLT-19 blaster, which is the same blaster as Dengar uses. But we can still one-up these guys. We're definitely rolling old school with our setup. We got a scout pistol, which is one of the OG star cards. We got Adrenaline Stim, which is way back with the Outer Rim DLC. And a classic thermal detonator. We're also using a vanilla gun. But we can still get these guys. We can smoke them. Hokey Disruptor star cars are nothing compared to a good blaster at your side, kid. Hello, Shock Trooper. Oh man, just got an assist. Was really hoping for a kill. Oh well, would you look at that. The Empire has decided to show themselves. You know what? We better back off. We're not going to be able to take those guys down, not with that Doxus gas grenade. Looks like our Celestian friend is firing at something. Oh, hello there! Unfortunately, that was a fast defeat. Holy crap. Unfortunately, the next match is not going to be Blast, so we just gotta back on out of here. Massive, who are you looking forward to when the Death Star DLC comes out? Darth Vader's time advanced. I'm sure I'm gonna love Bosk, and I'm gonna love Chewbacca. I love Chewbacca's character, and Bosk is one of my favorite bounty hunters. He's not my favorite, though. IG-88 definitely is my favorite, but I gotta be honest, I am pretty disheartened by the fact that, let's go to Outer Rim, Blast. I'm pretty disheartened by the fact that we're not getting Ben Kenobi. I think that's a really unfortunate move. Not only could we have gotten a hero that's integral to Star Wars, but we could have gotten 2 free heroes as well. And I think that would have been a fantastic move on DICE's part. Giving thanks back to the community by giving out 2 free heroes, and we would also get Ben Kenobi. That would have been incredibly cool. I think that's a missed opportunity. I mean, Battlefront has sold well over 12 million copies, and that's a lot. Well, that's not a lot of people in our game. We'll have to back out. Alright, you know what? We'll go to Blast with Vanilla Battlefront. That's unfortunate. We had, like, nobody in that Outer Rim playlist. Anyway. I'm really thinking that's a missed opportunity. I think that could have been a really cool move, and it's not going to happen. We're not going to get any free heroes. That's too bad. Like I said, they sold over 12 million copies. They could have ponied up the dough for 2 free heroes, especially with Chewbacca being as famous of a Star Wars character as he is. Having him be included for free in the game would have been great. And Ben Kenobi, I feel like, would have been a better selling point for the Death Star DLC, because that's another hero with a lightsaber instead of another hero with a blaster. We've already got a lot of heroes with blasters. We only have 2 heroes with lightsabers, and that's not really a lot. We'd also get a really, really cool robe, which is just something else that we can cry about in our spilled milk. Oh, man. I loaded a little too soon. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna be right back. I need to grab some water. I should have done it while I was loading. So, I decided that it would be best if we went back to vanilla Battlefront for smaller scale maps so we could utilize the scout pistol to greater effect. And look where we are. We're on Twilight on Hoth, one of the biggest maps for Blast. Oh, that's the way she goes. That's how the dice roll. Oh my god, someone's right on top of me. Where the heck are these guys? My scanner's going crazy. I think they're just over here, aren't they? Wait. I'm getting spooked. I don't know where these guys are, and at this point I'm too afraid to ask. Let's just get off the top and let's go to the bottom. Looks like this is a fast way down. Nice. Fortunately, we took a little bit of damage. And we are also fighting as the Rebellion. Let's be cautious facing against these stormtroopers. A lot of them are camouflaged to this environment. They're camouflaged up on the surface and they're camouflaged down here. They're either shadow troopers, in which case they're very well camouflaged in this very dark environment, or they're snow troopers, in which case they're camouflaged in the very white environment up top. Bottom line, we should really be careful, and also watch our backs! Yo, 2 of our Rebellion soldiers were just taken down, gunned down rather, by a snow trooper without his helmet on. Now what's up with that? Why ain't he wearing his helmet? He's not wearing his helmet. That is, I'm pretty sure, against regulations. Captain Phasmo getting a tizzy over it. Looks like up top is all good. Alright, we really need to start... Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yes! Yes! We really need to start using that scout pistol ASAP. That's the only thing standing in our way of the Stinger pistol. Seriously, we just need a few more kills with that Stinger pistol and we'll be good. Thermal detonator out. What?! I'm flabbergasted. I was positive I was going to get that kill. Unfortunately, we didn't. The snowtrooper made it out alive. His friend's dead. And we did get a kill from the grave, which is satisfying, but not as satisfying as if we got both of them. When it's this quiet, this is when you know you can't trust your surroundings. Damn. Yeah, that was one hell of a close grenade. These thermal imploders don't mess around. Seriously, you gotta stay out of their way. A good 100 feet out of their way. Damn, that was a fast... Oh my god! That was the scout pistol! Yo, he out-scout pistoled me. I pulled the trigger just as he killed me, so I was just a hair too late. I could have gotten a kill from the grave. I could have, but I didn't. Hello there, Mr. Snowtrooper. Killed my friend, almost killed me. Ironically, I could have saved my friend's life if he wasn't absorbing my blaster bolt shots. Hello there, Shadow Trooper. Ah, Jesus, not again. My teammates are really good at standing in front of my blaster bolts. And apparently really good at standing in front of the enemies, too. Oh, crap, that's a turret. You know what? I'm gonna bail. You really shouldn't go toe-to-toe with an infantry turret. Infantry turrets are one of the most powerful pickups in the game. I mean, Viper probe droids are good too. R4 units, not bad. But I will be damned if I'm gonna step in front of one of those turrets. We traditionally usually do shoutouts toward the end of the live stream, so if you guys are looking for some of those, you are in luck, because we're ending the live stream right after this match. I'm just kidding. We're not ending the live stream right after this match. But I tell you what, I'll do some shoutouts between this match and the next match. That should sate you guys just a little bit. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Oh, I hate it when they do that. My worst nightmare. Damn, I was so close. Just a measly assist. Well, we're getting some good kills, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for good scout pistol kills. Luckily, this thing recharges fairly quickly. Oh, son of a proximity bomb! When are you gonna play Gmod roleplay Star Wars? That is a very confusing sentence if you don't know what Gmod is. I did not know that there are a lot of Gmod Star Wars servers. That's pretty cool, actually. I never thought about that, but I guess it makes sense, with Star Wars being one of the biggest things ever. I mean, they got Super Mario servers. Of course they got Star Wars servers. Regardless, kill from the grave. I have not played Gmod in a very, very long time. For my Star Wars role-playing adventures, when I'm holding out... Oh my god, he committed suicide. When I'm holding out... What?! Yo, I fell from a way short... Oh, come on! My teammate just survived, what the hell? Ugh! That was just a bunch of bad luck was what that was. I just committed suicide. That's really all I need to say, isn't it? Oh, son of a bitch. I don't know how that happened. That's insanity. Oh, you're like fish in a barrel. Look at all these easy shots, guys. Oh, man. Nice. So, crap. I haven't been using Blu-rays in a long time. In fact, until recently, the last time I bought a Blu-ray movie was never. Literally, I had never actually bought a Blu-ray. I'd rented them. I rented them from Redbox, and I'd seen them, you know, from friends. Obviously, that they'd lend me their copy or whatever. But I never actually bought one. I was under the impression, why do I need Blu-rays when I have Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, Hulu, stuff like that? I was wrong. God, I was a fool. I was played like a damn fool. Seriously, though, I really was. I had no idea just what quality Blu-rays actually are. They're such greater quality than Amazon or Netflix. It's really astounding, especially if you have a screen big enough to see it at a really large size. You're gonna notice that difference like it's night and day immediately. Anyway, so I've been going to eBay for good deals on movies I haven't seen or movies I wanted to rewatch. And I got Gladiator recently. Oh my god, guys, Gladiator. I had watched that quite a few times, many years ago, and I loved it. And I had forgotten just exactly how good it is. It's one of those films where everybody talks about how good it is, so you kind of forget exactly how good it is. You take it for granted, so to speak. But I really did. I honestly took it for granted. This is one of the best movies out there. And obviously no movie is for everybody, so I understand if some of you guys don't like it for whatever reason. But if you guys haven't seen Gladiator, please do yourselves a favor and check... Mexican standoff, huh? Classic. Do yourselves a favor and check out Gladiator if you haven't seen it. It's great. And if you can, rent it on Blu-ray somewhere. If you have a local movie rental place, do it. Rent it. It's such a solid movie. Unfortunately, it's a bit harder with Star Wars to get Blu-rays. Not because they're hard to find, but because of the George Lucas edits. So really, if you want to watch the best versions of Star Wars, you have to watch HD, yes, they are, but they're not Blu-ray HD fan edits. Okay, like the despecialized editions. Harmy's despecialized editions, you can Google that if you want. If you want to watch despecialized HD original trilogy Star Wars, they are fantastic. Yes. But they're still not Blu-ray quality, which breaks my heart. I really want Disney to release a box set of episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 re-edited without the George Lucas edits in lossless, as close as they can get to lossless Blu-ray. That would be fantastic. Unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen. I don't know why it's not going to happen, but I'm not going to hold my breath for it. Shout out to The Real Gaming. Shout out to 663 Galax. Shout out to Hurricane Dragon. Shout out to Brandon Jones. Shout out to Tauntaun Gaming. I thought they smelled bad on the outside. Shout out to Bob Rosia. Shout out to Brandon TV. What? Yo, he just said the Justice League trailer is out. That is bull. That is bull, but I'm going to check it anyway. Justice League. Please be true. Please be true. Please be true. Oh my god. What? Oh my god. Oh my god, Wonder Woman. Yes. 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 Wait, who is that? Oh, damn! Yo, you gotta be kidding me! Oh, Aquaman! Ha! Yes! Yes, Batman! Holy shit! Excuse my language. Wow. I thought you were bullshitting me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for doubting you. You didn't lie to me this time. You guys always be lying. You guys always be like, yo, Massive, there's this awesome thing out. And I check, and it's not. Actually, you guys haven't lied the last couple times. You said the Death Star trailer was out. I was like, yeah, bullshit. That's not out. And then you tell me that the Justice League trailer's out, and I was like, no. No. And then here it is. Holy crap. I'm excited. Oh man, I want to watch it right now, but I can't because we're doing the live stream thing. Oh, that is so badass. Wonder Woman looks so cool. Okay, so I had my doubts about Wonder Woman. I had a lot of doubts about Wonder Woman. When I first saw her, I was like, really? This is the actress they chose for Wonder Woman? I don't know. I think there's better choices, but I was wrong. She's great. She's badass, and she's really cool for the part. She's a really cool Wonder Woman. I'm excited to see the standalone Wonder Woman film. I liked the Wonder Woman poster that they released like a day or 2 days ago, I think it was. And yeah, boy! Oh man, I love Batman vs Superman. I don't care what anybody says. I had no confusion or questions as to what was happening when I was in the theaters watching it for the first time. I don't know. It made perfect sense to me. I wasn't confused about Martha. It all made sense to me. It was like poetry or rhyme. But I definitely preferred the extended cut. Extended cut was great. And my girlfriend and I had a blast watching it. We were literally blown away. We were lucky enough to be able to watch it on a projector. Really good looking projector. So it was a wall-size screen, and oh, it was so satisfying. That last action sequence between them and Doomsday was just the coolest thing I had ever seen in my life. And before we watched Batman vs Superman Extended Edition, we watched Man of Steel. Released certain scenes from Man of Steel, especially the final fight between Superman and Zod. I love me some Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon is a great actor, and in my opinion, for me, he's one of the best comic book movie villains that I've seen in a comic book movie. Also, Batman vs Superman has made me excited for comic book movies again. I liked... Okay, so I'm gonna be burned on a stake for this. But, I liked Captain America Civil War. I didn't love it. Oh, crap. I didn't love the first Avengers. I really like Iron Man 1. I like Iron Man 3. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I like Ant-Man. What else is there? I like the Thor movies. I think they're fun. And there's a couple others that I'm forgetting. Regardless, I did not like the first Avengers very much. It was enjoyable. I didn't really like Age of Ultron. Oh, I loved Captain America, Winter Soldier. Loved it. But Civil War, I feel like it didn't quite do justice to the comic books. I feel like Iron Man's argument was really weak. Because, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. You really want red tape getting in the way and stopping people from being saved and stuff? Doesn't make any sense. You made Ultron. You're the ones that are screwing things up, Tony, not Captain America. What, you think it's not worth, like, even, let's say, 5,000 incidental casualties to just happen to save the world? I don't know. I would definitely trade 5,000 lives, even if one of them was my own, to save billions of lives. That makes sense to me. It's the lesser of two evils. Obviously, it's not ideal, but hey, it's something. But, yeah, I was getting a little burnt out. I'm really excited for Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange movie. I'm really excited for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And, I don't know, around the time of Captain America Civil War, I was just kind of burnt out on superhero movies. But I was very pleasantly surprised thanks to Batman vs Superman. Oh god, I can't even imagine what the comments were saying during that. Luckily I had to look at the game. And I'm not a fanboy one way or the other. I don't really read a lot of comic books. I'm not a Superman fanboy, I'm not a Batman fanboy. I'm not a Marvel fanboy or a DC fanboy. I do prefer the DC Cinematic Universe to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's not that I want to prefer it, because obviously I saw the Marvel movies first. Iron Man, the first one, was like one of my favorite movies ever when that came out. And Guardians of the Galaxy is one of my favorite movies of all time as well. But, it's a little too quippy for me, which is actually what people don't like about Batman vs. Superman and Man of Steel, is that it's too dark and serious. That's what I like about it. I like the fact that it's in a world that feels like our own, so to speak. I like that it's not quippy. I like that it's not witty. I mean, some parts are witty, but the entire undertones aren't witty, and whatever is happening they take very seriously. Like when the city is being destroyed in Man of Steel, it's like a holy crap moment, you know? They're using a world engine to completely terraform planet Earth to what Krypton was like, which would kill us. You know, that would kill mankind. Obviously, it would make it suitable for Kryptonians, but, crap. There's nothing Superman could do about the city being destroyed. He had to destroy the world engine. The world engine was destroying the city, you know? He destroyed the world engine as fast as he could. And Zod is extremely powerful. Like you said, he was trained from birth to be a warrior. Superman had trouble competing with that. He had to give it his absolute all to eventually kill this guy. And then he had to kill Zod because he had no choice. He either killed Zod, or Zod would continue to make mankind suffer. Zod would kill as many humans as humanly possible, including that family that he had his laser eyes set on. Superman isn't supposed to kill, yeah, but he should when he has no other choice. And Batman isn't supposed to kill, but he killed when he had no other choice. I don't know, it makes sense to me. I definitely like Ben Affleck as Batman. Love Ben Affleck. Batman. Batfleck. Love me some Batfleck. What do you think Chewie's power-ups will be? Definitely something to do with the thermal detonators that he used inside of The Force Awakens. Something to do with his bowcaster, and something to do with the fact that he's, you know, you never want to anger a Wookiee. It's not wise to anger a Wookiee. Something to do with that. Maybe, just maybe he has the ability to rip people's arms off. That would be fantastic. Batman uses guns sometimes. Not every continuity of Batman is the same as the others. Which is something I don't understand. Like, it's okay for things to be a little different, you know? We're going for a more realistic Batman. Someone that's really tired of the world shit, you know? He doesn't really believe in mankind anymore. He's... well, he does. Begrudgingly. He begrudgingly believes in mankind. But, I like the fact that he uses guns. I actually like that fact. I think it makes him a smarter character, rather than just a character that's like, there is no shade of gray. I only use fists. I put them to sleep. I do not kill them. I might paralyze them for life, but I do not kill them, because who am I to dispense that justice, so to speak? That can definitely work. That can definitely work in both movies and comic books, but I like this change of pace. I like it. I like Batfleck's character feels a little smarter to me than that, because there are many shades of gray in real life. Some people deserve to die. We do have the death penalty in this country, in many countries, and rightfully so. I mean, there are significant evils in the world. I think it's good to remember that the real monsters in this world are people, are human beings. Monsters aren't demons, or poltergeists, or literal monsters like Wolfman. Monsters are people that do not have the capacity for morality. People that would feel no guilt over raping someone. People that would feel no guilt over being a child predator. Those are monsters. Evil monsters. And I have no problem with Batman shooting those people. You know what I'm saying? I've no problem with that. Or if they give him absolutely no other choice in terms of Batman's about to get shot, or he's got to shoot the person that's going to shoot him. I like that stuff. Crap, I should use my scout pistol there. Ah, they're behind me! Yo, Massive, what power-ups do you think Bosk will have? I'm really curious to see what Bosk's weapon is going to be. He has... Okay, well, the Relby V10 rifle that he normally uses in all of his continuities is a weapon in Battlefront, but it's not canon as far as the normal Bosk weapons. Instead, it's a regular blaster rifle. Emphasis on rifle. It's not an automatic, it's a semi-automatic. It fires individual blaster bolts as fast as you can pull the trigger, but his actual Relby V10 is a grenade launcher, so I don't know if they're gonna make him a new weapon, if they're gonna make him a variant like the Relby V12 or something like that. But it's supposed to be a grenade launcher, and I don't know how they could make a primary weapon a grenade launcher without it being OP. I could definitely see concerns with it being OP. I don't know. That's a tough one. Damn, Scout Trooper's already dead. But, crap. Yeah, I don't know. As for his abilities, hopefully one of his abilities is his Pimp Slap, where he just backhands any soldier that's in front of him. That would be beautiful. But I'm assuming it's going to have to do with explosives. You know what? They're probably not going to revamp his weapon. And his abilities, that is what's going to be his grenade launcher. Something to do with his abilities, definitely. His trait card, that's what I'm really interested in. Because it's going to be explosives. I almost guarantee it. His abilities are going to be explosives, they're going to relate to grenades. But what's his trait going to be, you know? That's what I'm curious about. And aside from an ability, Chewbacca's Wookiee strength could actually be his trait card instead of an ability. Also, somebody's following me around right now making lightsaber noises, and it was freaking me out. I was like, what the heck? What is that noise? Alright, we gotta focus. It's go time! The enemy is currently winning. And here I am talking about Batman, talking about Boss, talking about Chewie. When we've got a war to win. I didn't start this war, but I'm damn well gonna finish it. Maybe not in first place, but I will finish what I started. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! I didn't think that was a homing shot, since nobody has used that in eons. Oh, don't spawn on partners. Don't spawn on partners. Damn you! Damn you and your back to bomb! Oh, seriously, don't spawn on partners. Don't do that. It's too dangerous. Or at least watch them before you spawn on them. Ugh. It's been forever since I've seen a homing rocket. Which is actually brilliant. I just realized that is brilliant. The fact that it's been so long since I've seen a homing rocket is exactly why he was using a homing rocket, you know? He was using a homing rocket because nobody uses that anymore. Nobody's going to be is that creepy noise again? Nobody's going to be expecting that. They're going to be expecting it to be an R4 unit or a Viper probe droid that's locking onto him.
The Imperials are pushing us back.
They're not going to expect that it's going to be something as dangerous as a homing shot. Something as immediate as a homing shot, I should say. Alright, R4 unit is down and ready to go. Oh crap. Oh crap, where are they? Are they behind me? Ah, shh. They're behind me. Wow, so I'm actually safe up here. Oh, Jesus. Oh, jeez. Well, suicide is happening. Oh, crap. Damn! Ah! I couldn't fire my scout pistol quickly enough. Somebody else got that kill from me. Still, they were fast. They deserved it. We really need to focus on the scout pistol if we want this Stinger pistol soon. I don't know how many kills we need, but I'm pretty sure it's around 5 at least. We have 5 kills to go before we're going to complete this contract. So, yeah, if we don't start using it soon, it's gonna be a while before we get it. Oh, damn, close but no cigar. We really should just be using it naturally. You shouldn't force a square peg down a round hole. It doesn't fit. We should just be focusing on helping our team out instead of getting this contract done. In fact, you know what? Let's do that. Let's focus on helping our team out. We'll work on the contract later. Alright, here we go. Here we go. 68 kills on our team. 81 kills on the enemy team. We can't die anymore. If we do, we'll have certain defeat. Hey, we're starting to catch up a little bit. 72 to 84. Oh my god! I didn't even realize that was an enemy! Jesus! I just assumed that I was playing as the Empire. Well, I see a Viper probe, Joy, but nothing else. Looks like they may be coming up behind us. Oh boy. Oh boy. I see some directly in front of us. There's one of them. Beautiful! Another scout pistol kill. That's how you do it. You don't go seeking a fight. Damn it. You don't go seeking a fight. You use the scout pistol as defense, not as offense. Oh man, there I go, spawning on my teammates again. What a bad idea. Also, we should just be playing the game like this. Just constantly spinning as we're walking. Because the enemy has always been behind us. Most of my deaths come from somebody just sneaking up behind me. In fact, they haven't even been sneaking up behind me. They've just been walking up behind me. Son of a bitch. They've been walking behind me. Damn, that was fast. Actually, I have to give props to him for that. I think I have the A280. Yeah, I have the A280C too. He just happened to kill me faster. Good job, man. And that's game over. Not a good match, but it's not going to be a good match unless you make it one. And we didn't make it one. We were just fooling around, talking about stuff, shooting the breeze, and using the scout pistol where it didn't belong. Don't use the scout pistol where it doesn't belong. Whatever. We'll straighten it out next time. Hey, thank you, Josh Klein. Appreciate that. Yo, Massive, what mic do you use? I use the Behringer B1 studio grade microphone with the Xenix Q502 USB sound mixer. It's a really good mixer and a really good microphone. Highly recommend them if you need a microphone. Alright, let's go with Droid Run. Droid Run is being selected over Heroes versus Villains and Blast because there's not going to be a great chance that there's going to be a lot of enemies behind us. Instead, they're mainly going to be concentrated around the droids. Wherever the gonk droids are, that's where they're going to be. And that's a good thing for us. Nice. We're able to find a full match. Seriously though, even though there's not going to be as many coming up behind us as they did in Blast, they're still going to be doing it, so we still have to be aware of that and careful about it. Let's not get cocky. Massive, you should get Overwatch for Xbox One. If there was a server browser or something like that for Overwatch, I would consider it so we could do a subscriber battle on Overwatch, but oddly enough, even though I've been playing with controllers most of my life, and I had always believed that I would be terrible with a mouse and keyboard, especially because most people that play with a mouse and keyboard exclusively play on PC, and they have had, some of them have had decades, or well over a decade, to be proficient with a mouse and keyboard, but shockingly, if I'm focusing and everything like that, like in Overwatch for example, I am really proficient with a mouse and keyboard. I can do really well if I'm focusing, and if I'm not having an off day, I can easily, every single match, get more than twice my KD, like a 2.0 or 3.0 KD, consistently, which is shocking to me, because I thought for the longest time that I was better with a controller than I was a mouse and keyboard, but that's, for some reason, not true. I'm just innately better with a mouse and keyboard, so I don't think that I'm going to be buying Overwatch for consoles anytime soon. Where to find where these droids are? Looks like we currently just have Droid B and whatever droid this is. Droid C, cool. Oh, actually we have 3 at once. Beautiful. I thought one of them was captured by now. Well, they're currently on their way to capturing Droid B. You know what? I'm going after Droid B. Damn! Oh, DH-17. That is a nice pistol. I've seen a lot of people utilizing DH-17s while I've been playing today, and I was considering that maybe it was due to the fact that some of them got it mixed up. They thought they could use any pistol for the Pistolier Hutt contract, but I think that's just how popular the DH-17 is. You can only use the DL-18 if you want to complete this contract, by the way. That is the only one that it is possible to complete the contract with. So you may want to switch it up with the DL-18 for a little bit. Just a little bit. Although personally, I do prefer the DL-18 to the DH-17. But that's just me. Let's go into first person for a little bit. I know you guys, how you like your first person?
We have all the droids.
It is very cinematic. I do like it a lot. It's almost exclusively what I play on when I'm playing Skirmish on PC, when I'm just kicking back, having some fun. Because damn, it is immersive. Nice headshot. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. He had a clone. He had another... Oh my god. It really was his clone. They just spawned on top... Shit. They just spawned on top of each other and then wiped out every rebellion force in that base. And now they're capturing... No, they're not. They're not capturing Droid C. For whatever reason, they just wiped out everybody there. I think they're still there. No, they're not. Awesome. We wiped them out ourselves. Another enemy down. Let's be really careful not to get cocky, because these guys are, they're pretty good. They've been able to wipe us out multiple tries with, like, literally 2-3 hits.
You just took a droid. Get it back.
Oh, come on. Come on! Beautiful, we got him. Alright, infantry turret is down. They just took Droid A, and we just took it back, so they probably are going to be behind us. So make sure to watch our flank. I guarantee that we're going to have a... Oh, crap! Nice! I guarantee we're going to have a Rainbow Six Siege stream at some point. Damn it. We've been having a lot of games, so my focus has been split, and I haven't been able to practice Rainbow Six Siege as much as I would have liked. But I promise you, we are going to be back to Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six will return. Oh, thank you, proximity bomb. I think you saved my bacon. I wonder how many people named Kevin get bacon puns on a day-to-day basis. If I knew somebody named Kevin, I would be talking about bacon 24/7. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Ah! Yo, that looked like 0 health to me. I shot him with a scout pistol at... Yeah, it was medium range, so I didn't expect to kill him. But I shot him with a scout pistol at medium range, and it looked like he went to 0 health. Oh, crap! Good dodge. Good dodge. Triple kill! Quadruple kill!
We lost the droid.
Combo breaker! Oh, I love it! Wait. They see me, don't they? Oh, crap. Yes, they do. Ah! Damn, that was close. Oh, they're still behind me. No! What? These guys are everywhere. Victory for the Empire. That was fun. Good match. Looks like we're back in action. Let's see how far we got with our Hutt contract. Come on, baby, 100% that pistolier. Let's do it. I got a few scout pistol kills in this match and a few in the last match, so we should be getting close. I think. %. We just need one more scout pistol kill. Nice. Very, very nice. Well, in that case, I think we're going to move on to a Bespin match. Yo, Massive, who is your favorite hero in the Star Wars original trilogy? Ben Kenobi. Luke is close, and Han Solo is close as well, but I'd have to say my favorite hero in the original trilogy is Ben Kenobi. Now, if you're using the term hero, like Battlefront uses the term hero, then it would probably be split between Ben Kenobi and Palpatine. But as a whole, I'd definitely have to say Ben Kenobi. A New Hope is one of the first Star Wars films, if not the first Star Wars film I ever watched. I watched it when I was very young, and I've watched it many times since. It's my favorite Star Wars movie aside from Empire and The Force Awakens. Sometimes it's in first place as my favorite, but yeah, without a doubt, I'd have to say it's Ben Kenobi. He is awesome. He's really cool. He just plays his role so perfectly, you know? Can't remember the actor's name. He's a really good actor. He has some unfortunate views on Star Wars itself, but that doesn't change the fact that he made that role. He made Star Wars, if you think about it. He lent a lot of credibility to it. He's a really good actor. And I don't think that Star Wars would have been the same if it had anybody else in that role. I really don't. Oh, that's a good question. What is your favorite chocolate? My favorite chocolate is white chocolate or milk chocolate. I don't like dark chocolate. I don't know. I'm weird like that. Blasphemy. I realize. I know how that stands. My girlfriend reminds me all the time how superior dark chocolate is to milk chocolate and how superior milk chocolate is to white chocolate, but I disagree. The lighter the better. The darker, the more tart. I don't like that. I don't like tartness with my chocolate. I don't like my chocolate to taste real. I like it to taste like processed crap. My favorite chocolate bar is actually the cookies and cream bar. I don't know if you guys remember that commercial from the 90s where there was some work being done with a drill, and I think it's someone drilling a door. There's some little girl, I think she has denim on. Can't remember a lot about that commercial, but it was a cookies and cream commercial, and it always made me hungry for that chocolate bar whenever they would show the chocolate bar, because it is delicious and it's my favorite. I don't know why I'm mentioning Zero Bar, because it's not my favorite, but I like Zero Bars. What else is there? Obviously, the plain chocolate bar is nice. Crunch Bar, Budget Crunch, love those. Twix, I like some Twix. I like Snickers. I could take it or leave it. You could leave a Snickers in my room, and it doesn't have a guaranteed chance of being eaten. Snickers is definitely a mood thing for me. Butterfinger, I want to like Butterfinger, but it sticks to your teeth like nothing else. It's like It's like if you let super glue dry, but not completely, and it was still really tacky, and then you just chewed it in your mouth. It's almost enough to pull your teeth out. Hell, brushing your teeth once isn't enough after you eat a Butterfinger. You gotta brush it like 4 or 5 times if you want to get all the chunks out of your teeth. It's nasty. It's a nasty business for a good tasting chocolate bar. I do like Heath bars. Are Heath bars the ones that are really brittle in the middle? Like those. I'm probably thinking of something else. O. Henry's are good too. Haven't heard about O. Henry's in a long time. Heck yeah, I'm gonna stream For Honor.
You need to push past the Imperial
Massive! Can you give away a free season pass for Battlefront?
Our ships can't with that tractor beam operational.
Well, actually, you are in luck, but only if you live in the US. I did a giveaway for a $50 PlayStation Network gift card a couple streams ago. It was in our Hawken live stream that I gave that away. But unfortunately, the person that won it was not located in the US, which meant that the $50 PlayStation Network gift card that I bought to give away was useless. But, yeah, I'm still going to give that one away. So if you guys live in the US, at some point, I'm going to be giving away a $50 PlayStation Network gift card. If you live outside of the US, you will not be able to use this gift card. You just will not be able to do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but it's not up to me. It's up to Sony and people like that. I can't do anything about it. I don't know why I didn't figure that there would be some stupid reason that there would be region encoding on these gift cards, but there is. And I'm sure there has to be. Yeah, there has to be separate cards for separate regions, of course. But still annoying. And I wish I would have seen that ahead of time. But on the bright side, one of you lucky people in the US gonna be getting a $50 PlayStation Network gift card at some point.
Push the Imperials back.
Anybody down here? Yep. Yo, God! Behind me. Of course! How do I pronounce that name? It was I-R-Y-A-N. Uryan. Uryan? Or Yan? Or Yan, maybe that's what it is. Wait, what gun did I pick? W-4? Perfect! Perfect! Nice! I love the ragdoll effect when these guys get blown up. It's beautiful. Oh, crap. They're coming in hot. They're behind us. They're in front of us. They're everywhere except in front of my blaster pistol barrel. At least we know they're not up the stairs. Because our teammates were just up the stairs. Damn! We were close. We knocked them down at 13 health points. You know what? I'm not even following my own instructions. We gotta stop using that scout pistol. Let's just use it when we can. Use it when it makes sense. Other than that, let's stay away from it. Actually, Night Sniper, I haven't been using that pistol a lot. A lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people thought it was underpowered. Personally, I don't know if it is or if it isn't. I haven't used it myself. But it's possible that they have patched it. Oh, Jesus. Since its release. Well, that was a fast kill. Looks like the other guy must be down here still. Didn't come back up after his friend. There he is. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Somehow we didn't get that kill. We were at point blank range and the scout pistol wasn't a guaranteed kill. That is insane. That defies all logic. I'm noticing that a lot of these kills that we're getting, like on other people and kills that people are getting on us, are from behind walls. Like, I've gotten some kills in this stream alone. Not to mention off stream. I've gotten some kills where my last blaster bolt missed and they're behind a wall or behind cover, yet it's still counted as a connecting. And I get the kill. And vice versa. Like, sometimes I'm behind a wall and that last blaster bolt somehow hits me and kills me. I'm guessing that's the net code. No, that's the tick rate. That's the tick rate. The higher the tick rate, the less of a chance something like that's going to happen. But consoles can only handle so high a tick rate. Not really a high tick rate at all, actually. Maybe with the Xbox 2? Or the PlayStation 5?
Look sharp.
Oh, there they are. And they could be behind me as well. You know what? I should be using scan pulse. We can't sprint anymore. I've been sprinting a little too much in the stream. But, if I sprint, I will show up on enemy scanners. That's like a guarantee. Nice. One generator remaining.
Now keep the pressure on.
Alright. Scanners lit up for a brief second. He either ran away from the door or he stopped running. Wait, here he comes. Scanner's getting bigger. He tossed a thermal detonator. He doesn't trust like that. Actually, that's a Dax's grenade. Looks like he's getting ready to infiltrate. Unfortunately, they're also over there. Whoa. That was ballsy. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. No! Wow! We almost killed ourselves, so this match is going great. I couldn't ask for it to be going any better. Luckily, we do have Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Lando Calrissian, so we got a lot of heroes aiding us in this assault. Unfortunately, they've got a lot of grenades aiding them in this assault. So we're going to have a bit of trouble taking these guys down while trying to get to the final Tabana gas generator. Generator B hasn't been touched this entire game. I don't believe. Maybe once. But if it was just for a few short seconds. Oh, looks like Lando Calrissian. Nice. Thank you for that save, Zabrak. Looks like Lando Calrissian is making his way to that platform. And it's possible we have a stormtrooper behind us. Yeah, there he is. Beautiful. Did not look like I should have gotten that kill, however, because I wasn't close enough for the melee to connect. Some people say the Stinger pistol is terrible in the chat room. I haven't read the forums about the Stinger pistol yet, and I haven't read the subreddit, but I don't know if it's going to be terrible. I think it's going to be one of those things where it's difficult to use, but it's actually good if you know how to use it. But again, it really seems like one of those things where there's a time and place for everything, and knowing when and where that time and place is, it's pretty tricky sometimes. Crap, he's got to back the bomb. And they got a lot of poison gas grenades. Oh, crap! Damn, we killed each other! Ah, I knew that was gonna happen. Yo, Massive, if you had to pick a new weapon slash power-up, what would it be? That is a good question. If I had to pick a new weapon slash power-up, what would it be? Let me think about that for a minute. I don't like that Dax's gas grenade. Yeah, we gotta do something here. We have 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So we have time to win, but we don't have time to lollygag. Maybe one of the weapons from Rogue One that actually don't... Okay, this might be a little OP to all the people that use shields and stuff, but if we could get a ballistic weapon from Rogue One, like an automatic ballistic weapon, which do exist in the Star Wars universe, I think that would be great. Unfortunately, at least we got a kill before we died. Unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen, because there's so many people that use personal shields, and they would not be happy if those personal shields were useless, because of how many people decide to use those ballistic weapons. But I think it would be really fun. What? Ah, Jesus. Well, I really should have been watching where I was going. Oh, crap. That's an explosive. Nice, that's a thermal imploder. Well, hope you got some kills with that. Looks like they were already dead, though. Damn, as long as that guy has a back-to-bomb, we're not killing him. Well, actually, he's dead. Maybe we have a chance now. Probably not. We had to find another way up. Otherwise, oh my god, we have, Jesus, we have under a minute. We have sub 1 minute. Please don't be down here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Ha! I love that. Oh, that was beautiful. He was doing one of those annoying cocky emote things. Shit. After someone dies. And that's what got him killed. He couldn't react in time. Beautiful. Ah, damn it, I had such low health, there's nothing I could do. Unfortunately, my team members should have been pushing that bridge, but they weren't. We have 20 seconds. What the hell was that? The hell? Did he kill himself? Yeah, 13, 12, damn. No time. If they would have just pushed that bridge ASAP, we would have been good. I just realized that damn, that was fast. Most of this match I've been out of my star card, charge card. Well, that's defeat. Game over. That push could have saved us. It really could have. Let's see what the next match is. Unfortunately, I don't think we got a scout pistol kill. Maybe we did. Crossing my fingers that Stinger pistol is now in our control. MCPE? That's not the way to get anything you want. Just to, you know, that's... I mean, requests, that's one thing, but... a good lesson in life is never threaten people or order people? I'm guessing what you said was in jest, but still, that's not too cool, man. Don't embarrass yourself like that. Yeah, and saying it twice. Come on, man. You're better than that. Don't embarrass yourself like that, MCPE Chim. Massive, if you could be any Jedi or Sith, who would you be? Okay, that's a loaded question. Because if I answer Palpatine, this notorious evil Sith Lord, that's not gonna reflect too well on yours truly. Seriously though.
Rebel troops are trying
I think I'd want to be Obi-Wan Kenobi, because he lived a full life. It wasn't easy. It was full of trials and tribulations, but
Over here, come on!
that was a good life. He lived to see not only one of the heydays of the Republic, but the fall of the Republic, the rise of the Empire, the rise of his protege as Darth Vader, and then the training of Vader's son to eventually redeem Vader and destroy what he'd become. And he wasn't even defeated by Vader, he allowed himself to become one with the Force. That's badass. That is really badass. Where the hell did those guys go? Ah, they're up on the roof now. Damn it! Ah, we were so close to killing them. Crap, I think they're behind us now. Great. Let's remember that I'm out of charge cards. I can no longer heal myself up. Oh, Jesus! Ha! They were behind me the whole time. I would not want to be Darth Vader, however. Darth Vader's possibly dealt the worst hand in Star Wars history. I mean, he has to live in that miserable suit. Palpatine fucks with... Seriously, Palpatine actually messes with that suit to make it uncomfortable, to make the leash that he has Vader on shorter. Because if that leash is as short as possible, Vader has no choice but to stick with Palpatine. He can't rebel against him. Who's going to repair that suit? You know, who's going to pay the bills to repair that suit? Palpatine's the only one that can do that. He ordered that certain deficiencies would be built into the suit. That certain parts of the suit intentionally just wouldn't work properly. I love that. That's... Oh, God. Kill from the grave. Really hoping I could get out of there in time. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Let's check how our pistolier thing is going. 97%. Ah! Alright, we really need to get rid of the scout pistol. As soon as we get a kill on it, let's get rid of this hand, because we can't use our charge card anymore. The charge card of this hand is absolutely useless. We don't have any charges for it. We could pick up some charges in the map, but that's really not how you're going to play. If you want to play efficiently and effectively, you got to have as many charge cards to use as the enemy has. Otherwise, you're going to be lacking in some departments. Oh crap, I just realized again that I don't have it. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Darny darn darn. And I think... Oh crap, I rolled into the wall, but I just lost my turret. Did I just lose my turret? Is that gone too? We're losing everything here.
Neutralize that explosive.
What planet would you live on if you were in Star Wars? I wouldn't live on Tatooine. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. I wouldn't live on Solus. It's too hot. It's a factory planet. That does not look fun. Wouldn't live on Endor. I couldn't really talk to anyone there. They're just a bunch of teddy bears. As cool as the Ewoks are, there are nice Ewoks. In fact, I'm pretty sure all the Ewoks are nice. Wouldn't want to live there. I would visit there, but Coruscant would where... That would be where I would want to live. Coruscant, definitely. Or as Annie says, Coruscant. Yeah, sure. That is where the Republic fell. That's where the Empire rose initially. But it's still a city. Nice! We can finally ditch this hand. We no longer need to use the scout pistol. We can use a back-to bomb, a scan pulse, and pulse cannon. That's good in my book. That's satisfying to see. It's always satisfying. Hutt contract completed. You hearing this? That's actually really cool. Yo, Jabba the Hutt somehow tuned into a radio frequency and started talking to us. I'm guessing he was letting us know that our Hutt contract is now complete. It's very nice of him to make that call personally to just some lowly stormtrooper that bought a contract off of him. That is what I call service. That's why he's going to have a lot of repeat customers. So my scanners are telling me this place is very busy, but visually, I'm not seeing a lot going on. Nice, proximity bomb was successful. Oh crap, they're actually pretty close to us. Nice, good kill. Alright, we're starting to turn things around. Let's keep it up. Let's not get cocky. Just give this all we have. Naboo? Yeah, Naboo would be great. Maybe Naboo would be better than Coruscant's. I don't know. Naboo's security forces kind of suck. And with the Empire taking power, I doubt that the Empire would care if anything happens to Naboo. I mean, look at the Trade Federation. Granted, that was orchestrated by Palpatine, so it's not some freak thing that happened. It's not like they were bullied out of nowhere. But still, I don't know if I trust like that. Granted, those battle droids do seem like they're as dumb as a sack of bricks. There's no guarantee that some more nefarious, more deadly force would come after you. But it's probably the most beautiful planet in the Star Wars universe, aside from that brand new planet we're seeing in Rogue One. But again, look at that planet. It's being invaded by Imperial forces. It used to be a resort planet, literally. That's actually what it was. So was Cloud City. Cloud City, really there's no safe place in Star Wars when you get down to it. Oh my god, I have 1 health. This never happens to me. It only happens to my enemies. But, yeah, really there's no safe place in Star Wars. Even Bespin was originally like this vacation spot. It was a luxury city in the clouds that also happened to be a mining facility. But it was definitely a luxury city as well. Obviously, it no longer is, but it used to be. Come on, baby! Yes! Alright, let's beat Zengar!
I can't believe I'm getting paid for this.
Oh, that's badass. Darth Vader was right behind me. If you only knew the power of the Force. Unfortunately, Dengar doesn't. He doesn't have any Force powers whatsoever.
Here's the pain.
But he does have a great blaster. Yeah, boy! Oh, nice! Nice, 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 nice. Anybody else around here? You know, I think that guy actually jetpacked over to that other platform. Hello, non-nub. Beautiful. I just realized that we have to capture the extraction point, which means we only have one subject of focus. All the Tabana gas generators have already been destroyed. This is all we have now.
Your ears off.
Alright, let's move up. Oh, better rebellion forces? Damn. They got some good shots on us. Make sure that doesn't happen again. Oh crap, non-nub. Palpatine! Welcome back, my old friend! Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus.
I love a good dust up.
That was a beautiful dust-up, though. I lost a crap ton of health, but that was pretty beautiful. Oh my god, this thing is hard to use. Jeez. I mean, I knew it was hard to use, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That rate of fire is almost too much. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. Yes!
You stay right there.
Yes! Oh my goodness. That was great. If you only knew the power of the Hurricane Strike.
I'm gonna smoke you. I'm gonna kick you.
Oh, damn. Victory for the Empire. That was great. Oh man, that was amazing. That was damn good. Damn good. We really pulled it through at the end there. Holy shit. That was fun. Is that... Who that looks weird. Was that Elizabeth from BioShock Infinite? No, that couldn't have been Elizabeth from BioShock Infinite. I don't know who that was. I usually recognize every single avatar on PSN or Xbox, but I do not recognize that one. I'm so lucky that all those enemies were grouped together so beautifully. But as you can see, Dengar is definitely a great hero. He has great crowd control methods. And it ended perfectly. We died just as the game ended. Oh, that was wonderful. In any case, I am very excited to check out the Stinger pistol. Let's go check it out. Let's do this. This is going to be my first time using the Stinger pistol. I haven't watched any videos on it. I haven't read anything on it. I haven't read the forums or the subreddit about it. But we're going to go ahead and check out the Stinger pistol inside of the Skirmish game mode. As I said at the beginning of this live stream, we're going to be checking out Skirmish before we end the live stream. And Skirmish is the brand new offline game mode. You can play Walker Assault, you can play Fighter Squadron offline with bots, and the AI is not bad. Granted, the AI doesn't get more clever with each difficulty level. For instance, it goes from normal, hard to master. They don't get more clever, but what they do get is more accurate. Hell of a lot more accurate. Alright. What should we do? Let's do Outpost Beta. And we'll do normal because we're just demonstrating the... Ah, crap! We can't demonstrate the Stinger pistol here. No, we cannot. That's alright. We'll check out Skirmish a little bit, and then we'll go check out the Stinger pistol. So, one of the downsides to Skirmish, for the time being, is that it's only limited to 2 game modes and vanilla maps. But, you're also limited to certain star cards. You have preset hands that are made for you to use, and you can't use custom hands yet. That will be coming in the future, but it's not here yet. But hopefully it is coming soon. However, you can use every single weapon that's in the game, even if you don't own the DLCs, even if you're not the appropriate level, so that's pretty cool. Additionally, the enemy cannot spawn as a hero, and you can't have any friendly heroes. In Fighter Squadron, the enemy can spawn as a hero, but not in Walker Assault. So yeah, you can use any weapon you want. We'll use the DLC 19X, why not? And you have preset cards, like I said. It's unfortunate, but really I can't complain because this is a great update, and Skirmish is way better than I thought it would be, and at some point that will be added in the future. So I'm not too worried about it. Another cool thing is the AI can utilize vehicles, so you will see enemy vehicles such as... Nice. You will see enemy vehicles such as A-Wings, X-Wings, you'll see... what else do we have? Chicken Walkers. The AT-ATs will even fire. I don't know if that's the AI actually piloting it, or if it's something else going on. Probably something else going on, but, yeah. It's pretty sweet. This game mode is going to be perfect once they have some more options, like the enemy being able to be heroes or something like that. Regardless, one of the biggest points about Skirmish in terms of positive elements is actually the fact that it just looks so damn good. The enemies, they feel like movie characters with their animations. You're not seeing them do all kinds of silly bunny hops. You're not seeing them do silly stuff like tea-bagging or whatever. You don't see stupid stuff like that. Instead, they move appropriately, as you think they would. Oh crap, that's not what I was looking for. Oh no, that's okay. I was looking for the Chicken Walker, but here we are in the TIE Fighter. As you can see, we've got some hostile X-Wings and A-Wings up top. And they're doing a fair job at taking me down. In fact, look at that. Doran Silvara just took us out. No, you're not going to die very easily on normal. The AI is just not that good. You're not going to die very easily. In fact, you could easily, what do we have right now? 4 kills, 1 death. You could easily get well over 130 kills without even trying. And 0 deaths, too. Unless you get in something like a vehicle or a turret and they just sneak up on you or whatever. That's definitely possible. That can happen. But this is definitely an awesome game mode. And I like it way more than I thought I would. Especially since I like just dicking around in games. Like Grand Theft Auto, for example. I love just messing around in GTA. I love messing around in Just Cause. Just having some fun, causing chaos. And now we can actually do that in Star Wars Battlefront. And it's great if you have the PC version of the game. And thank you, Mark Andrews, for your donation. Hey, Massive, it's been a while. I've missed a lot. Keep up the streams, bud. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that, man. Seriously. Shout out to Mark Andrews. And shout out to the Stinger pistol, which we are about to see. Also, I see you guys' compliments. I don't always acknowledge them because, I don't know, it feels a little... I don't feel deserving of them all the time, but it really makes my day. And thanks, guys. Seriously, like, not to get corny or anything, but I appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and I'm lucky to have the best YouTube family on YouTube. I know that's kind of assuming, but it's true. You guys are awesome. Where's that? Oh, there it is. Pistolier. Nice. Let's go ahead and add that to one of our hands. Where would that be? Oh yeah, charge card, of course. Hello, Stinger Pistol. The Stinger Pistol is a sidearm with low spread and no heat buildup, firing weaker blaster bolts which inflict excruciating pain for a brief period of time. Nice. Alright, let's go ahead and hop into... What can we use our actual star card hand in? I think anything that we've completed, which we haven't completed any of those, or any of these. You know what, we'll just have to go into a multiplayer match. Let's do that. What do we want, though? Maybe Blast. Yeah, let's do Blast. My favorite force power? That's a good question. Oh, my favorite force power is lightning from the fingertips. Force lightning is my favorite. I love that force lightning. Aside from that, if we're talking about the game, and force lightning is technically like his primary attack. If we're talking about the game, my favorite force power, force choke. It's wonderful. Granted, you only kill one person with force choke. With Luke's force push, you can kill multiple. You can kill 5 if they're standing close enough together. But the thing about force choke is you can select anybody and take them out of commission. You can just cancel them out, and they can't do anything about it. They're dead. They're done. The ability to take anybody down like that and just focus on the rest of them is invaluable. It really is. It's one of the most powerful abilities in Star Wars Battlefront, in my opinion. I also like Palpatine's Serpentine Leap at the end of Episode 3. Or, well, I mean, it's an ability in Star Wars Battlefront as well, but I think it's really cool. Let's also swap this out for something else. Maybe a scattergun. Yeah. Let's rock and roll. We gotta defeat the enemy, and the side that takes out the most enemies wins. Here we go. Looks like we're Oh, man. What is this? The LT-19X. Oh, God. I did not want to use this thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. Thank you, back of off. Oh, I don't like this gun. This is actually one of the guns from the OG. Ha! I'll be damned! This is one of the guns from the OG Star Wars Battlefront, and I love it. It's great in Star Wars Battlefront 2. And I love the fact that it's an OG gun, but I don't like... Oh, crap, I did it again. Whoops. Whoops. I don't like it in Battlefront, the reboot. I like it in Battlefront 2, but those are different times. I like it playing against AI, but playing against humans, don't like this type of sniper rifle. I like Widowmaker's sniper rifle. I think Widowmaker's sniper rifle is badass, but not the DLC-19X. Oh, crap. You can just kill people faster and easier with other guns. Alright, what do we want with this? Let's go with the A280C. Yeah, let's go with that. Stinger pistol should be recharged. We've got 24 remaining. Let's see if I can use this thing to good effect. Again, the Stinger pistol does not stack, so fire the Stinger pistol once at every target. Don't fire multiple times at the same target. That's not going to help you out. I appreciate that, Zero! Massive, look at the Stinger pistol in first person. It looks awesome. Let's check this thing out. Yes. Yes, it does. This reminds me of... I don't remember what Padme's pistol was called in the prequels, but it reminds me of her pistol. Maybe this actually is her pistol, or maybe it's a variant. But yeah, definitely reminiscent of Padme's. Is that the cycler rifle? Yeah, he's rocking the cycler rifle. Very cool. Enemy down. See where the rest of these bastards are. They're probably outside, unfortunately. The Stinger pistol. Nice shot. I'm not even mad. That was good. Anyway, the Stinger pistol is used best when you have a bunch of different enemies you can target. If you have just one, it's not going to be that effective. I mean, it still may be worth using, but, nice. Good shot, good shot, good shot. We only had time enough to use it on him. He didn't have any friendlies. We did get an assist, but as you can see, it's a slow actor. The Stinger pistol, view it as some sort of a dart gun. You've got a dart that you can fire into the enemy, and they're going to slowly take damage as long as that dart is stuck in their skin. And that's great. Especially if these guys aren't watching you, if they're not anticipating you. And again, there's no cooldown on this. There's no overheating with the Stinger pistol, so you can just fire off the Stinger pistol as much as you want, as long as that card is active. The only thing you have to worry about is having enough enemies around for you to actually target while you engage that charge card, because once you start firing, that's it. You're not going to be able to cancel it out. You're not going to be able to save the rest of it. If you just have one enemy in front of you and you use your charge card, Stinger pistol, you're going to get one shot off from that enemy, and that's it. That's all it'll be used for. And that's kind of wasteful. There's certain circumstances, situations where you would be okay with doing something like that. Like us right now, we're just trying to show off how that thing works. Nice shot. He's... Oh, man! I should have been watching for his teammates. He had 2 people with him. But, yeah, we did get him with the Stinger pistol, and he did take a little bit of damage. Not much, mind you, but a little bit. Beautiful. Gotta love those headshots. Ooh, I just realized we have a thermal imploder ready. Holy crap, we got a lot of people behind us. Teammates behind us, not enemies. Nice shot. Beautiful. I can't believe I didn't get an assist for that. I really should have. We Stinger pistoled that guy. He got some damage before he was taken down by one of my teammates. Beautiful. Love those thermal imploders. Crap. Somehow we wasted our Stinger pistol. I thought that we didn't use it. Got a lot of action going on at this landing port. I just don't see where it's coming from. Oh, of course I didn't see where it's coming from. All these guys have Shadow Trooper armor. That's another thing that I love about Skirmish. You don't have all these silly armors, like you don't have a bunch of Shock Troopers, Scout Troopers, and Shadow Troopers running around. You just have Stormtroopers and a few Shock Troopers. And sometimes a Scout Trooper or 2. I like that. It looks like the movies. You also don't have any Bespin wing guards outside of Bespin, which is another nice little touch. Granted, I am using the Bespin wing guard skin myself right now, so yeah, I realize that I'm part of the problem. That's interesting. We got another hit on him with the Stinger pistol because the hit marker did pull up, but we didn't get any points for it, even though we assisted in that kill. Very odd. Alright, see a Shadow Trooper in front of us. Alright, good hit. Alright, good hit on 2 of them. We got a Scout Trooper and a Shadow Trooper. Shadow Trooper just went down. Scout Trooper is almost down. And we're not getting any points for this. That's very weird. We're not getting an assist. We took down like 5 people with a Stinger pistol that we didn't get assists for. Well, 1 or 2 of them we did get assists for, but 4 or 5 of them we didn't, which is odd. Maybe it just wasn't showing up because we did get 8 kill assists, and almost all of our kill assists were from the Stinger pistol. So that is possible. But yeah, Stinger pistol is not something that you're going to be getting a lot of kills with. It is something you're going to be getting a lot of kill assists with, which means it does have a place. It is useful. It's just, it's tricky, and I actually like it. I think if I was a bigger user of the back-to-bomb, I would definitely use the Stinger pistol quite a bit. Definitely. But I don't use the back-to-bomb very much. I do use it sometimes. But usually when I use the back-to-bomb, I have Scan Pulse. But I may swap Scan Pulse for the Stinger pistol, but I can't see the Stinger pistol replacing something like Adrenaline Stim. Adrenaline Stim is useful in far more scenarios than the Stinger pistol would be. You really need a couple people, at least 2 people, for the Stinger pistol to be effective. If you just have one enemy, it's not going to be that effective, even though something like Explosive Shot is pretty effective, even if you just have one enemy, because you have to switch to the Stinger pistol. That takes a second or 2. Shoot him, then switch away back to a primary weapon to finish him off, and that takes another second or 2, and you're dead already, because you can be killed in almost one shot sometimes. Regardless, that is the Stinger pistol. I'm probably going to make a video on this gun, because this is actually an interesting gun. This is a different charge card than what we usually get, so I feel like it actually does warrant a video. But, yeah, look out for that, and I'm thinking I may make a video about this Justice League Comic-Con footage that we just received. I don't know if you guys would be interested in that, but I would have fun making it, so let me know about that. Regardless, I'm going to go check that out, and in the meantime, let's do some shoutouts before this stream actually completes. Let me get my phone so I can set my timer. And I don't know where my phone is, so I will be right back. News. I found it. My girlfriend isn't home, so I wouldn't have anyone to call my phone. I mean, I could give you guys my number, have you guys call my phone. But, yeah, I wouldn't have anybody to call my phone, so I don't know how I would find it. I'd have to use one of those websites you can send a text from. Alright, here we go. Here we go. 2-minute timer set now. Shout out to The Real Bacon. Shout out to Timmy Typhoon. Shout out to Matt Gilbert. Shout out to Six the Courier Games. Shout out to Bob Rossia. Shout out to Brick Boys. Shout out to Soldier X. Anime King. William Shreng. Shout out to Phantom Gamer. Shout out to BDG Gamer. Shout out to Pineapple Juice 17. Hype Brandon 21. Shout out to Morgan Sanders. Shout out to Sizzle Pop Bacon, DJ Double H. I like how many bacons we got in the chat room. Shout out to Pomegranate Buff Buff. I like that name. I don't know why, but I do. Shout out to MBM Boy J Boy. Shout out to Kirk Sheehan. Shout out to William Moore. Shout out to Ty Johnson. Shout out to Marion. Shout out to, what else we got here? Drew Nestor. Shout out to Mr. Cyber. Shout out to Marion Amigable. I'm hoping I pronounced that last name correctly. That's the first time I've seen that. Amigable. Shout out to Marion Amigable. Crossing my fingers I got that right. If not, I apologize. Shout out to Hurricane Dragon. Shout out to Ali Rana. Shout out to Zero Bushnell. Shout out to Tofael Ahmed. Shout out to the Underdog Dogger. Should have been the Underdog Dogger Doggo Pupper Pup Pup. Shout out to Francisco Dos Santos. Shout out to Jack MCL26 Gaming. Shout out to Adrian C. Carius. Shout out to Says Grace. Shout out to Jonathan Floors. Shout out to Danikin998. Shout out to Shivio Gaming. Morgan Dance. Google732. Shout out to Kyle Plays PS4. Dr. Epic Gamer. Shout out to Thean Lee. Shout out to Sebastian Contreras. Shout out to Stormtrooper. Shout out to Gifford Smith. Shout out to Juan Ayala. Shout out to Mason Hall. Shout out to Rocking Grandpa. Shout out to Kirk Sheenan. Floyd Scott. Shout out to Wessel. Shout out to One Nutter Games. Shout out to Superman. Shout out to Guy Fox. Shout out to Timmy Typhoon. Shout out to Muscleman91. Shout out to Jonathan Garcia. Shout out to Ryan Steam the Cat. Shout out to Marco Schneider. Shout out to Floyd Scott. Shout out to How Not to Consume Fish. Shout out to Mark8808. Shout out to Jeremy Ray. Shout out to Chris Apps. Shout out to The Gaming Tycoon. Shout out to Michelle Quesada. Shout out to Michelle Quesada. Shout out to Itchon. Shout out to Victor. Shout out to Jackson Reynolds. Cal Low 28. Z Monster. Anime King. Shout out to Lotus Wolf. Shout out to The Cloyders. Shout out to Ali Rose. Shout out to Raphael. Shout out to Dark Politician. Shout out to Kumrama. Shout out to Republic Hideout. We will destroy their hideout, and they will rule the day that the First Order took up the reins of the Empire. Republic Hideout, your days are numbered. Shout out to Jackson Reynolds. Shout out to Clone Trooper 24/7. Shout out to Simon. Shout out to Element Wizard 97, Mark Andrews, Jeff Alpha. Shout out to Mark 8808, Sebastian Contreras. Shout out to Levi Jacobs, Trey Harris, Aiden Roberts. Shout out to, also we got here, FaZe. Shout out to Luke. Shout out to Sophie Yarwood. And that is the 2 minutes of shout outs. Once again, YouTube family, thank you for joining me for this live stream of our quest in attaining the Stinger pistol. Until next time. May the Force be with you, always. Surprise shout-outs! Shout out to Ty Johnson, shout out to Igor Garcia, shout out to Caden McGinnis, shout out to Greg Leonardo, shout out to Star Wars Gaming, shout out to Ben Metler, shout out to Sophie Yarwood, shout out to ZDog251, shout out to Lynn Whiteley, maybe that's Whitley, shout out to Lynn Whitley, shout out to Violet Moon, shout out to Mark Carey, shout out to Sir Goat, shout out to Robin Borg, shout out to Ben Waylet, shout out to Luke, shout out to Danikin, shout out to Dougal732, shout out to William Srang, shout out to Caleb, shout out to The Cute Worm, shout out to Francisco, shout out to Phantom Gamer, shout out to Warrior Cats, shout out to Venex, shout out to the Jamaican Taco Llama, and shout out to John Laudenberger. Once again, YouTube family, much love. Until next time, game massively. Also, if you want some more Star Wars Battlefront, I've got a link in the description to our latest video on Star Wars Battlefront that is actually about Skirmish, the offline game mode. So if you want to check that out, we've got a link on my channel and also in the chat room. But yeah, until next time, guys, may the Force be with you, always.